Hey, what's happening everyone? SirJames from Gamerfuzion.com, and today I'm here to provide you with my review for Forza Horizon 3. So let's go ahead and get this started, starting with the graphics. Now, going over the graphics, I was actually very impressed of how well the visualization is for this title. It's not often that I play racing games of any kind, but when I hopped into Forza Horizon 3, just the very beginning scene that you first start off with, from the introduction all the way to the point where you are now going to be driving your first vehicle within the game, I was just pretty much blown away at the visualization that this game has to offer, and just all the minor details, whether it be the landscapes, the details within the vehicles, and of course how different terrains affect your vehicle's outcome also works very well. And I was just astonished, just exploring different aspects of where to go, whether it be off-road racing, on-road, and just all these other things. And of course I also really like the details in regards to water effects. Like, for example, when it rains and stuff like that, just the amount of detail of how realistic that looks just is absolutely amazing. But overall, the visualization for the game is very top notch and one of the best that I've seen in a very long time. Now, moving on to the gameplay aspect, it isn't really hard to understand pretty much what you're going to be doing in the game. Pretty much you are in charge of everything, so you get to basically orchestrate the different events that you want to take part in, what kind of vehicles that you get to race, a lot of customization within the vehicles, and there's just a numerous amount of things that you can do. Like, for example, you are in charge, so in this case you are able to share your own custom race events, whether it be championships or even the bucket list challenges. And of course you could also customize everything from your car license plate number to the car horn, the music in which you enjoy driving, and of course the vehicles themselves. Not only that, the game also has this really interesting aspect for those who choose to play in an offline mode, where it'll basically register names within your friends list and it'll incorporate the AI to them. So rather than just having a blank name there, it will basically, the AI will be the name of your friends, so therefore it feels like you're part of like a social game. So again, whether or not you are participating in an online event or an offline, you always feel like you are going to have someone beside you, or maybe a rival friend as well. And of course, not only that, you have a lot of exploration to take part of as well, and there are about over 350 different vehicle types to mess around in. So if there is a vehicle of your dream that you've been wanting to drive, more than likely this game will have it. On top of that, you also get to drive the Warthog from the Halo games, which is also pretty cool. But again, the whole concept here is that you get to create different events, participate in different races, do a lot of exploration, and of course whatever little Easter eggs and collectibles that you may find as well. Next up, I want to go ahead and talk about the game's overall sound design, and this is another crucial part for it, because for a game like this to feature this many cars, one of its main aspects too is capturing the right sounds for these, and pretty much they are identical to the real life counterparts, of course in a video game format. But overall, the engines of the variety of different vehicles that you get to drive around in, whether it be just a simple Ferrari all the way to some off-road vehicles, just everything about it was pretty much mind blown. Of course, there are also some voice work here and there, which the characters did sound fine. I had no gripes against them. And of course, let us not forget the amazing selection of music that you get to listen to. When you first start off the game, you are basically going to be presented with sponsors that you get to choose, and you get to start off with a couple radio stations depending on your personal preference. For me, I like simple tasting music, and during the time I was driving around in free mode or just exploring, a lot of the music that kicked in into the game was just pleasant. There wasn't really a moment in time where a music kicked in and I didn't enjoy it one bit. Just every piece of music that played constantly always had my initial interest and just kept my interest in the game, with my overall driving, exploration, or even participating in your simple races as well. Just had me keep going and going to the point where I just did not want to stop. Now, as for the overall lifespan, the game does have a pretty good amount of replay value. Whether or not you are a new player in terms of the franchise or a returning fan, you are going to find numerous of different things to do, whether it's customizing your vehicle, exploration, any collectibles of any kind, and of course trying to drive and gather all the vehicles in game is pretty much what's going to justify your overall replay value here. And of course, if you like to take your initial gameplay experience to online, then you can expect hours and hours upon fun here, at least until the next installment. Now, as for the innovation, I am completely new to this series, so I don't know from its last installment or from the other previous of generations of what is different. More than likely with the new additions of cars, visual improvement, and so forth. But anyways, in regards to the negatives, the only negatives that I have about the game is that it's locked at 30 frames per second on the console version, so therefore you're not getting the overall smoothness that I was really looking for in terms of a racing experience. But again, it's not too bad of a game. Again, whether or not you are new or a big fan, I'm going to give this game a 9 out of 10. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.